Jennifer Coolidge is an incredibly accomplished actress. She is easily recognized as Stifler's mom in American Pie because the role changed her life and career forever. Since then, she has landed several roles that have helped make her an even bigger star. Most recently, she's appeared in fan favorites like The White Lotus and Netflix's The Watcher. Here are 10 things you probably didn't know about Jennifer Coolidge. She once lived in a nursing home. The acting industry is not easy to enter, and aspiring actors generally need to spend a lot of time looking for their break before making it big in the industry. At 21, Coolidge moved to LA for acting school, where she lived in a rented room in a nursing home with another aspiring actor. When she moved to New York, she worked as a waitress at a restaurant called Canastle's, where Sandra Bullock was a hostess. Her first acting job was on Seinfeld. Coolidge landed her very first professional acting job in 1993. She was cast as a masseuse who dated Jerry Seinfeld on the hit sitcom Seinfeld, and as she told GQ, it came as quite a shock. "I didn't really have any jobs before that. I only had lies on my resume." She added that she had just named theaters at her school and invented shows that could have plausibly been performed there. You have to do that if you have a blank resume until you start getting jobs. Then you can slowly erase the lies. I'd love to get my hands on that resume now. The role was only a minor one, but it set the ball rolling for her work as an actress, and she never looked back. Ariana Grande helped revitalize her career. The comedic actress became known after appearing in such films as American Pie and Legally Blonde. However, while her characters became extremely memorable parts of those iconic films, Coolidge's career wasn't taking off in the way some thought it would. Fortunately for her, she found a way to get her career back on track. It all started after Grande made an impression of Coolidge from her role on Legally Blonde on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. She decided to reach out to her on social media. Coolidge said, "Next thing you know, I was going to her house getting fit for wardrobe for Thank You, Next." After she reprised the role of Paulette Bonifant in Ariana Grande's music video Thank You, Next, her career got right back on track. Coolidge not only landed several roles in critically acclaimed series like The White Lotus, but she also gained plenty of popularity among the younger generations. She nearly turned down her role in The White Lotus. The career of Jennifer Coolidge has seen a great resurgence recently after she took on the role of Tanya McCoy in Mike White's award-winning TV series The White Lotus. She won an Emmy, a Critics' Choice Award, and a Golden Globe in the space of a few months. However, she almost didn't accept the role in the first place because she was self-conscious about not being in fighting shape after eating a lot of vegan pizza during the COVID-19 pandemic. She told people, "It was just very lonely times. And not that I was 110 pounds before, but somehow it led to my demise. It became my excuse not to do it." Luckily, a friend gave her some sound advice before Coolidge could fake a foot injury to escape filming, telling her, "This is the worst thing you could do to yourself. Just fucking go do it. For once in my life, I listened." She puked a lot while filming for The White Lotus. Director Mike White insisted the boat scenes be filmed on location with a real boat, despite Coolidge's tendency for seasickness. She said she threw up so many times while filming those scenes that none of the other cast members would look me in the eye anymore. She pretended to be her own twin to date 2 men. Among many funny things Coolidge has said, this may just take the cake. During an appearance on The Kelly Clarkson Show, Coolidge admitted that she pretended to be an identical twin so that she could date 2 men at once. She said, "Quite a few years back, I did come to Hawaii, and when you come and you're on vacation alone, you can kind of like create anything you want. I ended up meeting these 2 guys that were best friends and I liked them both, and so I told them that I had an identical twin and I dated both guys for 2 weeks. While she said she isn't sure if she'd have the guts to do that now, Coolidge remarked that, at the time, it was a great decision. When you're younger, you can get away with anything. She became a magnet for younger guys after American Pie. In 1999, she joined the cast of the very first American Pie movie as G9 Stifler. Her role earned her more than a check. Speaking to Variety, she dished, "I got a lot of sexual action from American Pie." But in a later interview with Entertainment Weekly, she revealed that she was just joking when she told Variety that she hooked up with 200 different people after appearing in the movie. She did, however, add, "It did sort of open up the world to a much broader group of handsome men and younger men." This included one lover who asked his mom for a recommendation when Coolidge told him she was looking for a beauty salon where she could get a decent blow dry. She lives in a haunted house. Since 2005, Coolidge has lived half the year in New Orleans. The house, built in 1867, resides in the city's Lower Garden district. Since moving in, she has worked to restore the house and bring in period-appropriate decor, oil portraits, armoires, and candelabras. She told The Insider, "Everyone tells me a story that they've had at my house. They hear these ghost stories." But she insisted that she'd never seen a ghost herself. "But I've heard people say, oh, there was an old sea captain sitting at the piano. A little girl bouncing a ball down the stairs." Her seemingly spooky mansion has also appeared in movies and TV. For example, Sofia Coppola took advantage of its old-fashioned charms and shot the interior scenes for The Beguiled in Coolidge's home. She rescued her dog from a meat factory. Coolidge is very supportive of animal rights. Not only does she love animals and fight for their proper treatment, but she went so far as to adopt a dog that was saved from a Korean meat factory through the Animal Rescue Mission. She pretended to be a Hemingway to get into clubs. To get into exclusive New York clubs in her 20s, Jennifer Coolidge posed as Muffet Hemingway, the imaginary sister of actor Mariel and model Margox. She told The Guardian, "I had these thick black eyebrows and shoulder-length blonde hair, so I looked the part. I'd turn up to New York clubs in high heels and a short dress and tell them I was Muffet Hemingway. You wouldn't believe how well it worked. I got a lot of mileage out of that." Unfortunately, she started giving the fictional Ernest Hemingway granddaughter a bad name through her wild behavior. "One time I got thrown out of a club because I was behaving badly and they said, 'Don't ever come back here, Muffin.' Another time, she went to the Palladium and woke up the next day outside near a tennis court in the Hamptons. Eventually, too many nights were ending in the ER. When she was 27, her parents sent her to rehab.